First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash, and the Mount Sales Great Millstone, Wallach's Truth, and also to those elect that scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great, powerful lesson to the spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And the type of day lesson is World War III News Update. So I like to say Shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today, let's have a quick news article here by Newsbreak by The Independent. And it reads that South Korea fires warning shots after North Korea blows up road connecting rival neighbors. It says South Korea fired warning shots after North Korea blew up sections of inter-Korea roads as the rival nations exchanged threats of destruction amid soaring regional tension. Pyongyang destroyed its side of the roads on Tuesday after vowing to cut off roads and railway links that once symbolized peaceful cooperation and eventually peace. He said the move came after the North declared that its military was on standby to unleash firepower in retaliation for South Korea allegedly flying drones in Pyongyang. Said the country defense ministry warned that a war may break out any moment on the Korean peninsula. Said the South Korean military said it fired warning shots to respond to the explosion across the border without providing details. So we seeing right now that things are constantly heating up. North Korea and South Korea, also between Taiwan and China. So we already know, I think a couple of days ago, about 2 days ago, China had surrounded Taiwan once again, in retaliation of what this president was saying about that they don't want to have anything to do with being a part of China. And also this threat here between North Korea and South Korea, saying that North Korea said they had fly drones over their airspace without their permission. So a lot of things are constantly picking up. We've seen that the world is preparing for war, and the war drums are constantly beating left and right. They are preparing for war. Rumors of wars are all over the place. We seeing right here that these things are constantly picking up. Rivals. We seeing that these nations are rising against nations. And one thing about we knowing that North Korea is also an ally with Russia. Russia is promising them technology and also nuclear capabilities, So a lot of things are happening. So the heathens are raging. So let's get this one right here. It's another one I want to get right quick. Just a very quick lesson to the spirit and the power. Yahweh by Shema Shai. Let's get this one here. We read just a little bit of it. I have videos to bring it out with more edification. It says here by AP, this news article here by AP, Associated Press. It said China deploys record 125 warplanes in large-scale military drill in warning to Taiwan. So we're seeing right there, rumors after rumors. Eventually, we already know that these things is going to pick up. We know that the Lord is setting the stage for that, the wars to end all wars, World War III, and also what the great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Shai is fast approaching. Let's get a little bit of this. It says here, Chapel, Taiwan, it said China employed a record 125 aircraft as well as the learning aircraft carrier and ships in large-scale military exercise surrounding Taiwan and its outlying islands Monday is stimulating the sealing off of key ports in a move that underscores the tense situation in the Taiwan Straits, officials said. So we see right here that they started what you call like a blockade. You know, they constantly blocking off a lot of these ports that goes in and out of Salakia into Taiwan, you know, forcing them into a chokehold. So we're seeing these things are constantly picking up. So we already knowing that if North Korea goes into South Korea, we know that America will get involved. You know, but I think that if I'm not mistaken, I think South Korea is a part of NATO. If I'm not mistaken, we know that America gonna get involved, and after America get involved, we know that Russia will get involved also with their ally. Russia is getting ready to be a guard to these nations. And also we already knowing that if China goes into Taiwan, we knowing that America will be involved. Also Russia, these other surrounding nations, you know what I'm saying? These Arab nations, these African nations, you know. So one thing about it, we seeing right now, things are constantly heating up. You know, I think that's out there in the China Sea out that way. So we know that these things are constantly going to intensify. Tensions are rising. You know what I'm saying? The world is preparing for war. And one thing about it, in the great and glorious return of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, it is fast approaching. So now let's go here to let's get a quick precept. Let's go here to Jeremiah. Let's go here to Jeremiah before we open up before we get the video. So like Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 46. Let's get this one right quick, because this is exactly what we are constantly witnessing, constantly seeing, you know, left and right. Let's highlight that. It says, unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, rulers against rulers. So that's exactly what we see in these rumors of a war. Nations are rising against nations. Also, violence is constantly increasing. So we're seeing these things going to constantly pick up left and right. It's nothing going back the same. So they are preparing for war. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we're here. And the Lord is constantly setting the stage, setting the foundation for this Ezekiel chapter 38 wars. It's lining up. We're seeing that things are picking up in the Middle East. So let's read this once again. It says here, Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 46, and say, and unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, rulers against rulers. So that's exactly what we're seeing right now. We're seeing that this the leader of North Korea and the leader of South Korea cannot come to no type of agreement between China and also Taiwan. No type of agreement. Rivals right there, you know. So we're seeing right now these rumors are constantly 1 year after another, the beginning of sorrow. We're seeing that we are here. The prophecies are speaking loud and clear. So now let's go ahead and get the start of today's video. And after the video, we'll start the lesson. And I hope that you will get edified.
So China is reporting that they have Taiwan surrounded with blockade drills to simulate a full-blown attack on Taiwan. This is wild. Here goes your World War III news. Sheesh. Yeah, this is really a person from China actually recording this shit. This is on their media as we speak. And as I said, they do have Taiwan surrounded. This is coming after their president's speech, and I'm talking about Taiwan's president calling for their independence, saying that they would never be part of mainland China and that they would do everything in their power to push China back from even making that happen. And from China's reaction, you can only imagine that they are pissed. PLA launches blockade drills around Taiwan days after speech by island's leader. The exercise is focused on sea and air combat readiness patrol and the ability to blockade key ports and other areas. We were just talking about this in my live, that this is probably to simulate a blockade of Taiwan, or that they could do a blockade on Taiwan, you know, if they want to do a trade war against the island. If China cuts off trade with Taiwan, period, and other countries try to help Taiwan, I don't think China's going to sit there and just idly let that happen. They can go along the lines and say this is our island and completely put a blockade blocking all countries from actually going to Taiwan or doing trade with them. Or they could do nothing at all. This is the latest on this stuff. China is holding drills around Taiwan as we speak. So North Korea ordered army brigades on their border to be ready to fire at South Korea if they send another drone to drop leaflets inside of North Korea. South Korea says if they harm any of their citizens, then it would be the end of the Kim Jong-un regime. This is the exact same thing that they said if North Korea was to launch nuclear weapons at South Korea. So we got these two going at it with each other. We have Zelensky warning of an increasing alliance between Russia and North Korea as North Korea is sending troops to the front lines in Ukraine and have already sent thousands into Russia to be trained to go to the battlefield. Here's the one about the several thousands of North Korean troops set to be sent to Ukraine front line. And here's the one about them being trained for frontline fighting inside of Russia. So we also have the United States getting ready to send the THAAD defense systems and American troops to Israel to defend them from Iran. And this is as Israel's drawing up a strategy to attack Iran. Anyways, this was a few things I wanted to talk about. Got more news coming next.
North Korea has blown up roads and rail lines connecting it to South Korea. Tensions on the Korean peninsula have risen since North Korea accused its neighbour of sending drones carrying propaganda leaflets over the country's capital of Pyongyang. Destroying the roads is in line with Kim Jong-un's push to cut ties with South Korea and abandon the goal of achieving peaceful Korean unification.
Here's what happened in the last 24 hours of geopolitics. China launched new military drills around Taiwan, involving 34 naval vessels and 125 aircraft, in response to a speech by Taiwan's President William Lai, who vowed to resist any annexation attempts. Beijing described the drills as punishment and warned that Taiwanese independence was incompatible with peace in the region. US officials have indicated that Israel has narrowed its targets for a strike on Iran, focusing on military and energy infrastructure. North Korea has accused South Korea of flying drones over Pyongyang to drop leaflets critical of Kim Jong-un, prompting the North to order artillery units at the border to prepare to fire. This marks an escalation in tensions, with North Korea warning of horrible disaster for the South if more drones are detected. The Biden administration has authorized the deployment of a terminal high-altitude area defense system and supporting troops to Israel to bolster its air defenses following recent missile attacks by Iran. China and the EU remain at an impasse over proposed EU tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles, with Beijing warning of a potential trade war if the tariffs proceed.
So we're seeing that these things are constantly picking up. So we already know that North Korea, is cutting off, their interest to South Korea, cutting off the roadways, the railway, pretty much the infrastructure. And also, they're, cutting off basically, all ties with South Korea. So we know that this is basically a declaration of war, rumors after rumors, we seeing it here in 1 year and there in another year. So these things are constantly picking up, they're lining up, the prophecies are speaking. So now let's go here a very quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemah. Let's go here to 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. Let's highlight some of this. This is a new Bible app I got here. It's still the King James. The other one was messing up. But we're seeing right now that they all are attacking one another's infrastructure. We're seeing that right now. That's basically the heartbeat of a state, a city, or a country, a nation. So once you shut down a lot of these things like the roadways, the railways, also the water system, sewage and stuff, you pretty much become a third world country. And also it's going to affect your economy, So, we were not ignorant of Satan's devices once again. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, Salaki. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1 says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the same paths which I have told thee before. So that's what we're doing. We measuring the time, signs of the time through what? Through these scriptures, we seeing what's going on, and it's lining up just like clockwork. We're measuring the time diligently. We're measuring with the scripture, the word, this gospel, it's what is faith and true. And we're seeing at the end it's speaking loud and clear. We're seeing that we're here. Verse 2, it said, then shall thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So right now, the highest, which in fact is the Most High, Yahweh, the great King that sits on the throne, but we know that he's sending his son, Yahweh, our Lord and Savior and our great deliverer, He's getting ready, to set the record straight. We know that he's visiting the earth that he created, because all these things are constantly arising. Tensions are rising, war drums are beating. The whole entire world is preparing for war, that last and final war, once again, which in fact is World War III. And one thing about it, we already know that the Lord is constantly moving the chess pieces around. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. He causing all these different events and calamities around the world to be happening simultaneously. And one thing about it, they're going to constantly pick up. Things are getting ready to get very, very perilous. Things are getting ready to get very dangerous, So we already know that war is imminent, and let's read this once again. 2 Amos chapter 9 and verse 2 said, then shall thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So the Lord is visiting the earth that he created. We already know about these hurricanes, all these different all this path of destruction that was happening, just a couple of days ago, these hurricanes and more to come. So, amen, we seeing that we're here. It says here, verse 3 said, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. That's exactly what we're seeing. Earthquakes all over the place. We're seeing uproars of the people, all sorts of rumors of civil unrest, civil war, a lot of things. Also was in the news, it was saying that the U.S. military has been granted use of lethal force on U.S. citizens. So, we already know that this is what they want, so these things are constantly coming full circle. We see that we're here, it's time to stop sleeping, and get prepared. And the only way you will get prepared is through Yahweh, if the Lord is dealing with you. You're part of 1/3 elect, so we know that we're very close. With the war is on the horizon. We seeing it left and right any given day. Verse 4 said, then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5 said, for like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and the end is manifest. So that's exactly what we're seeing. The end is being manifest, more obvious and clear that we're here, and one thing about it, all the unbelief and all the unfaith, we're not even caring anything about that, because the Lord is constantly rolling it out right before our eyes. So we're seeing right now the end is being manifest. Esau is the end of this earth, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So let's get that now. Let's go here to 2 Amos chapter 6 and verse 9. Let's get doing. So we're in that transition of power. So these things must take place before the Lord can usher in the kingdom of heaven. And one thing about it, we already know that the evil is sown. One thing about it, that what's sown is good. It's coming forth left and right. We're seeing it happening right before our eyes. So we are living in some exciting time, also some dark, perilous time. But one thing about it, through much tribulation, ye shall enter the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. 2 Amos chapter 6 and verse 9 said, for Esau is the end of the world. The world, what we know right now, this temporal world, the world that is fading away, the world that a lot of people are trying to accomplish something, trying to chase the bag, constantly trying to get some type of reputation, some type of a good standing here. And this place right here is constantly fading away. This earth is fading away. We seeing that the earth and the vibration is changing. Esau, who is Esau? The modern day so-called white man, not white, red. You know what I'm saying? He's at the end of his rulership. That's why all these things are happening. Every kingdom has a rise and a fall. So we at the fall of this rulership. We're very excited. And Jacob is the beginning of it that that follow. And who is Jacob? And one thing about it, we know that Jacob was the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. So we knowing that our kingdom come next. And one thing about it, we are very close. We seeing that the Lord is constantly doing a mighty work. We're seeing that these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. Let's read it once again. It said, verse 2nd Amos chapter 6 and verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. What follows? The kingdom of heaven that dwells in right. That's what we're longing for each and every day. That's why the Lord said, this is not your rest. So even though the Lord knowing that things that we need, the Lord will give us our daily bread. All we must do is keep the faith, is to constantly persevere, in our patience, the Lord is going to reward us. The Lord said, behold, I come quickly and my reward is with me. So we're very close to this time. We're very excited. So we're seeing right now, we're at the end of this reign of terror. So even though that the heathens are raging, one thing about it, we already knowing that the Lord's getting ready to cut all these nations, these governments down. And man, we cannot wait. So we knowing that the Lord is vision the earth that he created. So let's go to our last and final script. Let's go here to Luke chapter 21. We'll close out at verse 34. Luke chapter 21 and verse 34. Let's highlight this right quick. One moment. New app. One moment. Let's get this one here. Salakia. Let's go back at the top. It says here, Luke chapter 21 and verse 34, it said, and take heed to yourself, lest at any time your heart or your mind be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that the day come upon you unaware. So it's going to come upon a lot of people unaware, when they're not watching, when they're not paying any type of attention, going on with their daily life, being overcharged and suffering and drunkenness and the cares of this life. And one thing about it, that's why the Lord said, let go of the modern thoughts. And also the Lord said the wisdom of this world is foolishness to him. And one thing about it is that, you're not doing the will of the Lord. You are only seeking death. And we goes over these things over and over. So a lot of people are going to be unaware that the Lord said, I will come like a thief in the night. And these things are coming upon us left and right. You can wake up in the morning, or you can be at work, or you can be traveling, all of a sudden, bam, there it go. Could get a news broadcast, could get the military's in, these sleeper cells coming in, all sorts now. This city has been destroyed by a thermonuclear exchange. A lot of these things are getting ready to come upon us. We always got to be watching. Verse 35 said, for as a snare or a trap shall it come on all of them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. So that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's getting ready to come as a snare, an evil net. And a lot of people are not going to be prepared. A lot of people are going to have a vexation of spirit. A lot of people are going to have a lot of sorrow, a lot of mourning, a lot of great desperation. A lot of these things are coming, famine of the world, a great famine, pestilence. A lot of things are coming, and a lot of people are not aware because they're not watching. They don't have faith. They don't have works. One thing about it, they're getting ready to be caught, naked. And one thing about it, hey man, we're constantly warning you. The Lord's getting ready to show up. Verse 36 said, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So we are very close to this time. And one thing about it, we got to be watching. We got to be praying always, always. That, hey, man, I'm telling you, man, you be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. One thing about it, those are the elect. And one thing about it, we knowing that right now we're very close to these things are happening at a fast pace. We're seeing left and right. These prophecies are constantly picking up one thing behind another, one rumor behind another rumor. We're seeing that nations are rising against nations. We're seeing that a nation is divided. We're seeing a lot of things are happening. We're seeing a lot of these nations are becoming allies against America, Babylon the Great, just like the Bible said. So we're here. Let's read this one more time. We'll close out. Luke chapter 21 and verse 36 said, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So that's what's exactly getting ready to happen. These things are getting ready to come to pass. And one thing about it is that, hey, we are here. And the title of the day lesson, once again, is World War III News Update. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash. I'd like to say, Shalom, Shalom.